want to talk. I just want to talk, Mrs. Smith. I'm just trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
What up, guys? LocsNLoad Firearm reviews here today. What up, Wagunda? Alright, so today's video is on my Instructor Rifle and why I built this rifle for my classes. Alright, so kind of right before I show you guys the rifle, part of the reason I built this rifle is because when I go out and teach students, in the beginning when I taught with my AR, I had my AR pistols, you know, like the Brownells 10.5, my Ballistic Advantage 11.5, or it would be my Odin Works 12.5, you know, kind of high end, right? At least to the students think it's high end stuff. And so a lot of times the student they'll see me shoot and it's like, okay, you know, he hit the target, and they'll shoot and they didn't hit the target. And they'll be like, oh, it's because he's using this type of rifle. He's using this type of optic, right? He has this type of trigger in there. And so now I was hearing that a lot in my classes, and I also hear that from other people's classes. You know, when I take their classes, or I just kind of be at the range and, you know, the instructor's teaching in the bay next to me and I can hear what they're saying. And so that kind of made me start thinking, you know what? I'm gonna build the cheapest, most reliable AR-15 I can. That way, when I bring my rifle to the classes and start training students, they can't use that excuse of, oh, he's using a better rifle than me, or he's using a better optic than me, or his rifle's more expensive, this and that and the third. No. So I went out and tried to build the cheapest, most reliable AR-15 I could. That way, when I bring it to my classes and train my students with it, there's no excuse of the equipment, right? My stuff is just the same stuff you have or cheaper. And if I can get the job done with this cheap budget rifle, then so can you. It's not about your platform, it's about the one who's operating the platform. And so let's get right into it. I'm gonna do a breakdown of my rifle. Nothing very special about it. Again, it's supposed to be the cheapest AR I can really build and still have reliability with it. Alright, so here we go. So this is my 16-inch rifle. Alright, most people when they buy ARs is going to be a 16-inch rifle. You know, I'm going to do a video coming up soon saying, you know, telling you guys, you know, you should invest in AR pistols, especially if you're in the South or you're allowed to carry AR pistols in your car loaded with your CCW license. So I'll do a video on that later, but the majority of people have a 16-inch rifle, something like this. Right, so the upper is a complete upper from Palmetto State Armory. It was less than $250 for this upper, so it's the cheapest upper that Palmetto had on their website for sale. It's well under $200, right? So it's a 16-inch barrel, 1 in 8 twist. It's not even a 1 in 7, but 1 in 8 works fine for no instruction. 5.56, 223. It's your government standard, government profile barrel. Nothing special about it. You got your pin front sight post, so that's not coming off, and you have your backup front sight if the optic goes down. Now, when I bought the rifle, it came with the smooth handguard, like if you were, say in the 1980s using the AR-15, that type of handguard, the smooth ones, the heat shields. I don't really like them. You can't mount any type of accoutrements to it. So I removed it and got me, I think this is, it's a Troy Braille, quad rail from, I think it's from the Palmetto State website as well. Again, one of the cheapest quad rails they had on there that was still reliable. This isn't the first time I've used the Troy handguard rails. The very first AR-15 I built looked pretty much just like this, and it used the Troy rail. So it's very reliable, very strong. I get like no wiggle out of it, and so it works, and gives me the quad rail feel and look that I know and love from the military. All right, so Foregrip, very cheap, basic Foregrip Pro Mag. I think this is less than $15 at Academy. It goes on, does exactly what it's supposed to. Gives you a place to grip your hands. I like to grip like this. I don't ever really shoot like this. This is a much more positive and better for recoil management position. My light is a TLR1. It's a used TLR1 I got from GT Distributors for like $50, $60. Just got home, put in a fresh battery. The light works fine. And what I like about it is that it's got the paddles right here. So, you know, I can push right here with my grip the way it is. I don't have to move my hand or anything. I'll just have to move my thumb, and I can either push up and get momentary or push down and get constant. And I just flick my thumb and it's back. So constant, I want momentary, scan, and finger off. And so it's very intuitive. The beat right here is on a True Glow 45-degree mount. So it mounts to the quad rail and puts your light off to an angle so you can get a positive grip and not have your light in the way and shit. Sling. The Sling is a Feral Concept sling. This is the sling that goes on my DMR rifle, and so I'm using the same lower from that DMR rifle just because I didn't want to buy one, and the lower's already budget. And so I just took that upper and slapped it on this budget lower, which is an Anderson lower. All right, cheapest lower you can really get out there. So there's nothing high end on this thing. Bolt carrier. I forgot who gave me this bolt carrier. It's one I honestly just had laying on my desk, and yeah, I can't remember what company. I want to say Fostech. I think it's a Fostech bolt carrier, nickel boron bolt carrier, because I just had it laying around in my room. Charging handle is a mil-spec, just standard mil-spec charging handle. Nothing's fancy, no ambi charging handle, none of that. This is literally the standard charging handle that came with the upper. Optic, HOLOSUN 403, what is it, C? Yep, HOLOSUN 403C. This is the solar power version. You can get the 403B, it does the same thing, just as reliable. This is just a solar power option, just so you know, the battery starts to go out. It was a little bit more than the B, but again, under $200 that I spent for this optic from Amazon, and it does fine. The rear sight is a Daniel Defense rear sight. Again, I didn't buy it. It was just laying around in my room. I was like, why buy a rear sight when I just have one laying on the table? So that's what I did. And it lines up fine with my front sight post. And I got my optic sitting on a mount, on the top of the mount, right? So it gives me like that 193 height. Like I said, the lower is Anderson lower. Again, one of the cheapest, most budget lowers out there that will reliably work. All my lowers on all my AR-15s except for one is an Anderson lower. The one that's not an Anderson lower is a Ruger lower. So I don't spend a lot of money on my lowers, and I've never had an issue, problem, or anything breaking with my lowers in the 5-6 years I've been shooting. All right, so trigger is a Velocity Precision trigger. Again, it was just a trigger laying on my desk, and I just threw it in the gun because I didn't want to buy one. Pistol grip, Magpul pistol grip. Again, less than 30 bucks at Academy. And the buttstock is a B5 buttstock, and again, less than like $30-$40 for a buttstock. The only reason I got this buttstock is because it kind of gives me like the nostalgic, feel, Global War and Terror feel. So that's it. This is my Instructor Rifle. The entire rifle, well under $600, right? So you're looking at a $600 rifle, completely built out, to serve my purpose and do what I need to do for less than $600, or right around $600. And so I bring this to my classes when I teach my students, because I don't want them to get distracted with the equipment I'm using. I want them to be like, oh shit, he's using a cheaper rifle than I got. It's not the rifle, it's me. Exactly. And that's what I want you to focus on, is you. You are the weapon. This is just a tool. If I can't shoot, this shit won't help me at all. If I don't know how to operate this weapon system, clear malfunctions, load, make ready, how to put a round in the chamber, or if I catch a double feed, how to clear that malfunction, this rifle will not do shit for me. Whether it be $600, $1,600, $2,600, $5,600, if I don't know how to operate this weapon system, then it does me no good. So the weapon is you. Focus on you and make yourself the deadliest weapon out there, and everything else is just a tool that will either enhance you or decrease your ability. So I just want to make that video for you guys to show you my instructor rifle. So if you want to sign up for a class by me, and it'd be rifle, you're going to see me out on the range with this rifle right here, making it do what it do. So guys, remember, at the end of the day, you are the weapon. And everything else either increases your ability or decreases your ability. So that's the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully this helps you instructors out there. If you're a current instructor or looking to become an instructor, don't always go out and get the most high-end stuff. Now, if you want to, do so. But again, remember, when you're training students, it's easy for students to become distracted and focus on other things except for themselves. So you don't necessarily come out there with the most high-end weapon. Sometimes come out with a budget weapon that most of your students are going to be using. That would help break it down. And when they see, all right, he's using the same stuff I'm using, all right, there's no excuse now. I can't say, oh, I'm using this optic, he's using that optic, or he's got this trigger and I got this trigger. His barrel is 1 MOA and mine isn't. None of that shit matters. It's just simply, damn, I suck, I need to do better. So, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, stay dangerous, and LocsNLoad out.